Cops aimed rifles at my wife in our own front yard and no one expected her to smile when they did it. Yeah. Picture this, 6 HOA officers, not real cops, mind you, just wannabes with badges you can buy online, stormed our property at 6:30 a.m. sharp. Full camo gear, bulletproof vests, radios crackling like it's some kind of military op. And then, 2 actual sheriff's deputies roll up behind them confused, but playing along, probably because Karen told them we were a threat to the community. And right there on the front lawn, they point rifles at my wife, who, by the way, is holding a damn cup of coffee and wearing a "Mama needs her nap" sweatshirt. Karen, the queen of the HOA, stood behind the whole thing. Overweight, loud, always in that mustard yellow tracksuit like it's her royal robe. She lived 2 doors down and hated us the moment we moved in. Said we disrupted the aesthetic of the neighborhood. Because we built a raised garden bed. Yeah. Tomatoes, folks. Literal vegetables were her issue. Called them tactical concealment structures in a community email. But nothing prepared me for what she did next. Apparently, she told the HOA board that my wife, Rachel, was militarizing the neighborhood. Her words. Why? Because Rachel jogs in the morning, carries herself like she's done some serious training, and once fixed a leaky pipe with a multi-tool that probably cost more than Karen's car. Karen even printed a blurry screenshot from our security cam of Rachel in a tactical hoodie, circled her face in red like she was on a wanted poster. Said she was training for something. So what does the HOA do? Instead of, I don't know, knocking on our door like sane people, they call in the sheriff, push the narrative that we're dangerous, and stage some weird suburban raid. Now here's where it flips. Rachel, bless her cold, calculated patience, didn't flinch. She slowly raised her cup, took a sip, and said in the calmest voice I've ever heard, "You're pointing a weapon at a U.S. citizen on private property. I need all badge numbers and bodycam IDs now." One of the deputies, already sweating bullets, looked real uncomfortable. "Ma'am," he started, but Rachel cut him off. "You'll also be required to file a use of force report under Title 18, Section 242 unless you'd like to explain to Internal Affairs why a woman in pajamas posed a credible threat." Dead silence. Karen started yelling something behind them like, "She's dangerous. She's hostile," but the tone shifted fast. Rachel pulled out her ID, not just a license, but government creds, the kind with holograms and clearances. The younger deputy actually stepped back. Then Rachel dropped the line that changed everything. "I'm active reserve. Special forces. And you're trespassing." The HOA guys started looking like they wanted to disappear into the bushes. One even said, "We were just following her instructions," pointing at Karen, who no surprise tried to duck behind her husband, who looked like he'd rather be anywhere else. But the twist came fast. One of the deputies recognized Rachel's name. Turns out, his cousin served under her overseas. From that moment on, Karen was done. By noon that day, there were 3 official complaints filed against the HOA board, one from me, one from the sheriff's office, and one from Rachel's commanding officer, who got wind of what happened and was deeply concerned that an American veteran had been targeted on domestic soil. The whole incident was caught on our Nest Cam, and we uploaded it straight to YouTube unedited. Titled it, "When HOA Goes Tactical Gets Schooled by Special Forces Mom." 500,000 views by morning. The community flipped. People we barely knew started ringing our bell, "Hey, we didn't know Karen was that crazy," or "I've had issues with her too." One guy admitted she fined him $300 for parking too close to his own driveway. Another said she made him repaint his mailbox 4 times. At the next emergency HOA meeting, which we streamed online, "Thank you very much," Rachel walked in like she owned the room. Karen tried to shut her down, saying she wasn't on the agenda, but Rachel smiled and said, "I am the agenda." Then she dropped a folder on the table, full legal notice, citing harassment, defamation, and civil rights violations. Karen turned bright red. Her voice cracked when she said, "This is all a misunderstanding. But no one bought it. A week later, Karen stepped down voluntarily. The HOA board announced an internal review, and someone leaked that the community insurance provider had launched an inquiry into all enforcement activities tied to Karen's name. Which meant fines were getting refunded. Retroactively. Yeah, that garden bed. We got a gift card from Lowe's in apology. Karen moved out a month later. Quietly. No goodbye emails, no farewell potluck. Just a for sale sign and a note on the door that said, "Do not disturb." We never saw her again. But every now and then, when I hear a loud morning knock or the rustle of a radio outside, I smile a little. Because I know, and now, so does the whole damn neighborhood, you don't point a gun at someone unless you know exactly who you're dealing with. And maybe that's the real question, huh? When rules are made to keep order, what happens when they're used to threaten freedom? Who really holds the power, the rulemakers, or the people they try to control?